What's up people, Fernus here, and welcome to 72 Seasons. At this point, this is gonna be what I believe the last single that we get before the full release of the 72 Seasons album, not the single. So yeah, but a little FYI, for this video, I already recorded my reaction, but something got effed up and basically the audio is corrupt, so I cannot show you my first reaction. So yeah, this is gonna be my second listen to the song actually. So this video is gonna be more about, I guess, a discussion / analysis of the song in on itself. So I thought it'd be interesting. I'm gonna start with the conclusion, what I think about the song. To me, personally, I think this is the best song that we've gotten out of the 4 so far by a pretty significant distance. Yeah, honestly, like, I'm really impressed with this song. There's only a couple caveats, 2 very small things that I didn't particularly like that much. But yeah, compared to the other ones, this one kind of feels like more old school Metallica. And I mean like that very good, like the very good old school Metallica. This song, in my opinion, feels very 80s. I think the intro was very cool. It harkens to the chorus later on, and it's also not that long in comparison to If Darkness Had a Sun, for example. It's got thrash, it's got the very heavy modern stuff that they've been like introducing as Hardwire, really. It's got tasty riffs, and at least for me, this is gonna be a point where I think it does help the song a ton. This is Kirk's best solo out of the 4 songs we've gotten, and no discussion about it. I know I've said this is a discussion, but I'm not accepting discussion on Kirk's solo. Joking aside, genuinely, I think this is Kirk's best solo since Death Freaking Magnetic. Personally, I didn't like the whole improvisation that he did on Hardwire. I'm not a big fan of the solos on that album, with the exception of Dream No More solo, which I think it's very fitting for the song. But like literally all of the other solos, like they just didn't hit me, you know? And to be honest, it kind of felt like it was gonna be similar up until this song, basically. Like, Lexi Turner's solo is pretty meh. Like, the song is pretty meh, in my opinion, in general. To me, at least, both Screaming Suicide and If Darkness Had a Sun were cool songs, but also, like, not anything more than that. But like for this one, yeah, like again, there's only a couple caveats that I don't really like about the song, and even then they're small. But yeah, why am I starting with the conclusion? Basically because I now would like to ask you for your opinion. What do you think about the song? What do you think about 72 Seasons in comparison to the other 3 songs that we've gotten before already? Do you agree with what I've stated so far? Do you disagree on all of it? Do you agree on some of it and disagree on some other parts? But yeah, that's basically it. I want to hear from you on these videos all the time, so definitely drop your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you just wanted my opinion on it, you know, that's basically it. Sadly, again, there's no reaction video this time because of the file problem. So now what I'm gonna do is gonna be play along with the song, and we're gonna discuss it on the individual parts of it. So let's start. Great intro, like kind of giving you a taste of the speed of the song. Rob just doing his thing, basic as it is, you know, like sometimes you just gotta do it like Rammstein. Make it basic, make it cool sounding. Yes. You're good to go. It's gonna sound horrible. That's why I don't know how the fuck bass players do that. Oh yeah. I'm still learning the song, by the way. I think you can tell already. I don't remember what comes here. Okay, yeah, the hearkening to the chorus. Also, for those of you wondering the notes, I'm not gonna be doing taps in this video at the very least, but that's a power chord on the 3. 3-5-5, basically. Then the second note. The second note is one of those power chords where, like, the actual power chord is just on the 5th string and 5th fret, 7. The note that you also have to add is the low E while playing it on the 5th string, so it sounds like this. So again, that's your regular power chord, you just bar it. So those are the 2 first notes. That's just your typical 0-2-2. Then for the next part, it's just the power chord, so that's all power chords, so it's 1, 0, 1 again. Then we go to the 3, 1, 0. So those are those notes. this part, again, like, I think this is a great part in the intro to hearken the chorus, because like these notes are the same ones that they use in the chorus. And it's a variation of it, actually, because in the chorus it's actually... And then you repeat that. Whereas instead here in the intro, we remove that tremolo part. And then we repeat that a couple of times. For those wondering, this is all power chords as well. 10-12, then a D, and an E, and then we go to the classic Metallica scale, which is basically the 6-5-3, and then we repeat. And then on that last run, instead of going back, we just repeat the 6-5-3 E. And then we get to the main riff, the thrash riff, as I like to call it. I really like this riff. I'm still trying to learn it. But yeah, so the main riff, again, very Metallica, like, you know, doing the typical thing that they do, the 5, 6, 7, like, if you know any other, like, decent amount of Metallica songs, like, not even a lot, like, just a decent amount of other Metallica songs, you know, that they use this all the time, or backward. Sandman, with a small variation the second time, so instead of going to the E, we go to the D, and then the classic Metallica scale again. Yeah, I feel like this riff, I want to believe that most people are gonna enjoy it just because it's like, it's a very old school Metallica riff. Also, for that thing, if you don't know how to play that, and maybe you're a beginner, that's a harmonic, basically. If you know how to play the part, it's the same thing that they do in Am I Savage? So basically the same note. I do have a tutorial on the Am I Savage part, so if you're a beginner and don't know how to make those noises, then go check out that video and then come back here. But yeah, like, very Metallica main riff. I like it, I approve it. And we get to the groovy part of the song, the verse riff. So for the verse, the first time I actually heard it, I kind of just vibed it out. Like, you know, it's not the greatest riff ever, but it's a very groovy riff that it started hitting me more and better once James started singing. Like, this riff, it's fantastic for someone to sing over. So because of that, you know, consequently, it's a great verse riff. And then for those of you wondering, that goes 7-5 hammer on the 5th string, and you have to play that while you also play the E open. So you basically play 0-5 and then hammer on to the 7. Assume that there's gonna be a lot of chugging, you know, in between all of the notes that you gotta play. There's gonna be a tritone, so 6-7, and then we do a pull off on the low E from 6-5. Same power chord again. And that last part is gonna be 3-5. Again, the riff, but slowly. Very cool riff, it's fun to play as well. This song, it's really fun to play in general. I still haven't learned the whole thing, but yeah. And then we get another hearkening to the chorus. So it's interesting because we get this hearkening of the chorus, and then we get the pre-chorus, which I just like to call the heavy as fuck part. and then the chorus. So to expand on the point where I said that they also do the stuff that they've been doing, you know, lately, as in the modern Metallica era, per se. This riff, I swear, I cannot, like, not move to this riff. It's so fucking good. But the point is, if this riff sounds familiar to you, it's because it is. Like, it's basically a variation on the Spit Out the Bone riff on that part. You know, it's the same notes, a different rhythm and a different pattern only. So yeah, this riff basically is like their way of making this modern. You know, I don't think they're doing it on purpose. Like, they just kind of put this riff in there and like it fucking worked. It worked great, actually. It's such a great contrast from the rest of the song because like you're grooving, you're going fast, you're doing all that stuff. And, like, then suddenly the fuckers hit you with the for the notes, that's 0 1 2 2 1 0. Chuck. Then that same 10 12 power chord. That's 2 and 3. 2 3 3. And then we get to the chorus. Almost had that. So 3 things that I love about the chorus. First is that Rob is doing something different from Kirk and James. You know, as how Kirk and James played it. While they're doing that, like throughout the entire chorus, basically, Rob is just doing the. I can't play with my fucking fingers, you know. And while I think some people might say, well, that's kind of basic for the bass, especially such a great bass player for Rob. I can sort of get that point of view, but I also kind of disagree because the fact that Rob is just like on his own doing his own little like just tremolo fingering, it just makes the whole chorus sound better, in my opinion, compared to as if he would have just simply copied James and Kirk. I mean, who perfectly could have just simply played. Perfectly could have done that and, you know, maybe give that more weight. But I feel like just doing a tremolo on that note, it adds this sort of tension with the speed of the chorus. I think it's very powerful. I really like it. Then the next thing that I really like about the chorus is James's melody. It's either that or one of those two. Great fucking melody for that chorus. Like, it just hits you. I love it. Like, it's great. Then we get to this part where Kirk basically just was an octave up of the main riff melody, which honestly is one of the more forgettable parts on this song because, like, I don't know, to me it doesn't reinforce it that much. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's great either. I feel like I would have preferred on this part if he, instead of like just doing the simple thing and, you know, reinforcing the main melody, is if he would have done a more unique solo on this part, kind of like Phantom Lord did. So just for this part, like a mini solo, I feel like that would have fit better, in my opinion. Then we get to the part that I have a few quirks with. A few quirks with, not a few Kirks with. That's the 4th fret for you. Those notes are. So that's tremoling the 4, double stop on the 4th fret on the 3rd and the 4th string. Same thing, but a string lower. And just double stopping it on the 6th fret of those two same strings. Yeah, we get that. Which is actually the same thing they do in the intro. But, you know, on this high fret, so that's gonna be 5-4, 5-6, 5-4 again. So what is the thing I don't like about this part? Well, mainly I don't think the riff is that great. You know, that's entirely the subjective part of it. And the other thing is the amount of time this part lasts. I think there's a variation here. Yeah, that one. So that is just the power chord on the 5, and then you go to the 4 on the last one. That's basically it on that part. Maybe cut it 1 or 2 bars, and then we move into directly the solo. I think it's what comes after this. No, I'm sorry, this part. The timing is actually kinda complicated on this part, I like it. But the notes are basically the same once you get the timing right. And then we get to the solo, I'm like, oh bro. I already said what I said about the solo. So to kinda summarize why I like it so much, it's a very kill 'em all and very 80s solo. First of all, no wah, which I really appreciate personally. And like the very old school type of licks that Kirk does. That thing, he hasn't done it in so long on that range of the guitar. And this part, like, bro, that's whiplash. Like, fuck yes. And just tasty licks, basically. This part, again, like, the rhythm on this part is really good, but the tone... it just makes it sound so dirty, but also, like, so precise at the same time. I love it. Then we get to the harmonizing part, which is Kirk plays this melody, and then James joins in and plays a small harmony to it. I think here. Yes. So double solos, the harmony parts, like the good old days. The solo, I just love it so much, like approved by me. We go to the verse again. And at that point, we've already analyzed all the parts of the song excepting the ending, which has this variation of the main riff. And then we get to it. I really like that. It's those small details that keep the repeating of some parts fresh. That's what I think. It's a very Metallica way to end the song. So yeah, that's kind of going a bit more in depth into it. This is the best song that they've released out of the 4 that they have so far by a distance. And while this doesn't leave me like super hopeful for the rest of the album, because like, you know, we don't know if all the songs are gonna be like this. The fact that the other songs, the older ones, are not like this kind of makes me believe that it's gonna be like some hits and some misses. Some songs are gonna be really cool, other songs not so much. I think this is gonna be kind of an irregular album. I hope I'm wrong and that all the rest of the songs that we're gonna hear when the album releases are like just as kick-ass, if not more kick-ass than this song. And while I'm not sure if this song alone is gonna be able to save the album, at the very least this song does satisfy me like a ton. But yeah, let me know what you think of this song in the comments. Apart from that, I don't think I have anything else to add to this, so consider liking the video if you did, consider subscribing also for new videos, consider sharing the video. That's the best way that you can help me out. For next time, and because I've been delaying this for so goddamn long, I'm actually gonna review my own guitar as I said I would. I don't even remember how many months ago at this point. But yeah, guitar review coming next. And then after that, we're gonna check Archetype Robbia, which I've also been delaying for so goddamn long, I'm sorry. That's been it from me. I've been Fernus. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.